Hi, I'm Carrie Patrick, your host for Eye on St. Lucie. Summer of Success. Have you heard about it? This is a vibrant employment training program available to students ages 6 to 21 in St. Lucie County. The opportunity runs from June 10th to August 2nd, and eligible youth participate in a 6-week internship program where they can earn $9 an hour and gain valuable workforce experience. Stay tuned to learn more about this opportunity that has the potential to change lives and positively impact our community. Well, ladies, welcome to Eye on St. Lucie. This is a program that covers policies and programs in St. Lucie Public Schools. And we always like to begin by letting our viewers get to know who our guests are. So why don't you just take a moment, tell us a little bit about yourself and what your role is, and then we'll dive into that wonderful subject of some summer training opportunities. So let's start with you, Jody.
Okay, thanks. My name is Jody McNamara. I'm the Summer of Success Program Director for CareerSource Research Coast, and we're the Workforce Development Board of the Treasure Coast. Our role with St. Lucie County Public Schools is really to partner for Summer of Success, which is an internship and work readiness training program. And so the school district is kind of a no-brainer for us because you have the young people that we want to help right here in your schools. And also it's really great because through this partnership we can also offer some work sites for internships through all of the various departments of the school district.
That's fantastic. Cindy?
I work for the St. Lucie County School Board. I work in the Business Service Department as an AP bookkeeper, but I was previously working in the Facilities and Maintenance Department as their bookkeeper and also as the coordinator of this program since 2007.
So with a veteran at the table. All
Yes.
right. Well, the Summer of Success program is indeed a youth internship program that's designed for meaningful experiences for our students. Dives right into our mission, which is to prepare students for success, whether career or college. And as they graduate, we want to make sure they've got the skills to be successful. And this program really does a great deal to prepare them, not just as seniors, but well before that. You've been involved for many, many years. Let us know how this whole thing got started.
The program got started in, actually the idea came about in around 2006, and in 2007, Facilities and Maintenance wanted to offer this opportunity to students to give them the skills that they need so that after they graduated from high school they would have employment skills. So it started in 2007 with about 20 students. We've worked with CareerSource from the beginning, and it has blossomed into this wonderful program of Summer of Success. So it started out with about 10 to 20 students, and it's now grown into about 150 students that we service during the summer.
That's phenomenal. Great growth over time. And you know, this is a reciprocal relationship because not only do the students benefit, but employers benefit as well. So what are some of those benefits that you've experienced and some of the things that are really the highlights of the program that keep it going?
I think the biggest draw for young people is the opportunity to earn wages. You can earn money. You know, you have all this free time in the summer and you're maybe not doing a whole lot, or your parents have to pay for summer camp, and Summer of Success is kind of the opposite of that. So we're offering young people the opportunity to really take ownership of their time during the summer and also earn wages. I mean, it's almost $1,800 that they're able to earn through the summer, so that's quite a bit of money when you're young and not doing anything. So I think that's the biggest draw for a young person. And then while they're focused on that, they're kind of also getting those employability skills and building a portfolio and getting ready to enter the workforce, and without even realizing it, maybe getting some of the workplace skills that employers are really going to look for as they get older. I think for employers, the biggest reward should be intrinsic. So we really want employers to focus on the fact that they're mentoring and coaching these youth and part of a huge community initiative here in St. Lucie County, and that's really the most important part. Of course, they're getting some help at no cost to them, with no risk to them, because we cover the workers' comp and liability insurance as well as the wages through the program. But we really look for employers that can provide that kind of mentoring and that want to get something from the program that's a little bit deeper.
it's just like you said earlier, Cindy, you know, it started with facilities and maintenance, looking to have some opportunities for students to get some workforce-ready skills. Within our schools, we have 37 career and technical academies. A wide variety of interests can be explored there.
Exactly.
Students have the opportunity to earn certifications, so they are definitely work-ready. But there's nothing like that authentic experience. And there is such a wide array of opportunities available. What do the students have the opportunity to do range-wise?
Through Summer of Success, so it's really important to focus on the fact that Summer of Success is really about the youth themselves. So during the application process, we look at their interests and really where they see themselves in 5 years and what they want to do, what their interests are. And then we seek out employers based on those interests. So we're not matching the young people to the jobs, we're matching the jobs to the young people. So it's really tailored to what their interests are. So for example, if we have a couple of youth that want to be veterinarians when they are older, we would look to the local veterinary offices or animal clinics to host interns. So we're really designing and kind of tailoring it to that interest that the youth present.
That's fantastic, and it's another sign of how important our partnerships in the community are. Because it is, you know, centered on what the student needs are. I know right here at WLX Studios, we've had internships here, and students run cameras. They learn about what it takes to be a videographer, a photographer, an editor, and so much more. The opportunities are just fantastic. So the employers get a lot out of the program. They have a skilled individual coming in to help enhance their business. The students get the opportunity to exercise their skills in many, many different ways. What do you hear from students as far as their beneficial takeaways?
We usually hear, you know, it depends on their experience, so not every experience is a good experience. I think either way you're definitely learning, even if your experience is not that good. But for most of the students, it's their first time, their first experience in a workplace. And so they're usually walking away having learned a lot. So we do an evaluation at the end of the program. We ask them what was the most valuable part of this, and it's consistently the actual experience of walking into an employer and having to report to work every day and learning what expectations are in a workplace. It's really consistently what they value the most, which is interesting because you'd think it'd be the money.
Right, and you've hit upon something.
Yeah.
Because there's a commitment on the student's part. They don't just sign up and, oh, maybe this will work and maybe it won't. There's a real commitment up front that you all gauge. What do students need to know going into this as far as expectations? You've talked about social skills and all of that. Transportation, time.
Yeah, absolutely. So the program obviously is no cost to participants at all because, you know, we're paying them. So the commitment really is transportation. They need to be able to get to their work training site. There's the 2-week classroom component where we're training them on how to behave in a workplace and what the expectations are before they go into their workplace. So getting to that class and then getting to their internship site, wherever that may be in the county. We do work with the youth in the beginning to figure out logistically what's feasible, where they can get to, you know, 3-mile radius of their home. And we also work with the St Lucie County public transportation system, which is free and great. It's a huge asset to us to get the youth to where they need to be. So that's really important, transportation. And the other commitment is it's 8 weeks. We want to know that we're giving these spaces because we don't have an unlimited enrollment. You know, we can only serve so many youth. We want to give these spaces to youth that can commit to the full 8 weeks of the program and work through all of it. And so those are really the only commitments.
All right. And we've got 38 schools within our district from one end of the county to the other. I've actually participated in this process before in finding locations that are close to the student so we can meet their transportation needs and as well as the interests of the students. And Cindy, you probably know better than anyone else about the wide array of opportunities within our schools.
Yes. Yeah, they cover, I mean, we've had students in the IT department. They love working in the IT department. We've had students working in the maintenance department doing plumbing and electrical and HVAC. We have them in the office settings and you know, working at the schools and greeting parents. And so there's a wide range of jobs that they would do out there. I think one of the greatest things that I always hear back from the students that are placed in one of the school district locations is how they have no idea that all of this goes on. They come back with a much greater appreciation for what their school day, because they did not know that all of this goes on in the background, so that they can go into the classroom and just learn. And it really amazes them. I hear that consistently every year.
So yet again, a whole nother level of learning experiences. And you both have touched upon something. You mentioned customer service and training, because of that 2-week component that takes place prior to students moving into the workplace. That is a very, very well-defined curriculum, so to speak,
Yes.
for what the children are learning. What do they first of all are introduced to, and then what is the expectation after 2 weeks for them to be at the level that they need to be before they walk into a workplace?
Okay, so this is what we call YES class, and YES stands for Youth Employment Success Solutions, and I'm a little excited about it, I'm sure you can tell, because we own Career Source Research Coast wrote and owns the curriculum, and we just revised it. So I'm really, really excited to present it to the youth this summer. It covers everything from literacy to business math to business communications, workplace expectations, preparing to enter the workplace, and career planning. So we're even doing a little bit of career planning towards the end of the class. It's 2 weeks. They're in a classroom with an assigned job coach who really acts like a mentor and almost like a case manager for that group, that classroom of youth. And they get the chance to meet with community members that come in to do guest speaking. They get a chance to talk to financial institutions about financial literacy. They have an opportunity to mock interview. Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot that happens, a lot of learning that takes place in that 2 weeks. And we gauge their knowledge gains by a pre-test and a post-test just to see kind of where they're at. And we consistently have gains, and they learn, I think, quite a bit. So at the end of that program, they're also eligible to receive a $50 incentive. So there's yay.
There is intrinsic and extrinsic, like you said, both kinds of rewards for
there's
this.
all the rewards are there. And YES class is just a really fun way also for us as the staff, because we're only with them for 8 weeks. We're building that relationship and getting to know the youth and getting to know their likes and dislikes, so that and their strengths and weaknesses, so that when they go into the workplace, we can support them being successful. So that, I think, yes, that portion, that 2 weeks is super important for us to get to know our young people.
You mentioned supporting them in the workplace. Are there touch points that you all, like, just how are you doing, checking up?
There's a system. So we have a timesheet system that actually evaluates the youth on their performance every single week. So we're asking the worksite supervisors at the various internship sites how that young person is doing, how they're performing, if there's an issue, and we're trying to mitigate that issue before it turns into something big. So we're really providing kind of a coaching, mentoring type of level. And that same instructor that instructed them during the YES class is now the job coach, and so taking care of that role. So if there's an issue or a misunderstanding, our job coaches are available to respond in person to the work site and sit down and talk with the employer and with the youth and try to find a remedy to the issue or deal with the situation appropriately. So very responsive.
So constant communication between the workplace, the student, and
The job
career
coach,
source.
yes, absolutely.
That's very important.
It is.
All right, what have I heard about scholarships for this program?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Scholarship, the Facilities and Maintenance Department, when we started the program in 2007, not only wanted to give the students a salary during their work time, they also wanted to provide a scholarship for those who wanted to go and continue their education. So through fundraising, Facilities and Maintenance has an annual golf tournament, and through that fundraising, we get the funds for the scholarship. At the end of the program, each and every student that successfully goes through the program has the opportunity to complete a scholarship application, and a committee gets together and picks the scholarship winner or winners. And those scholarships range from $250 to as much as $2,500, based on many different things. It's their whole work. We take the whole 8 weeks into account. We talk to the students about their experience, and the committee gets together and we offer the scholarships.
So this golf tournament that raises funds each year, if someone is interested in that, do you have a phone number where they could contact you about, potential to participate? Or some people are giving in their nature and would be interested
They
in
would
this.
need to contact the Maintenance and Facilities Department, and they would have the information.
Okay, and that's with St. Lucie Public Schools?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so this program definitely has a track record of success. We know it's been in place for many, many years. Student success stories. I know you've heard so many. Are there some that you'd like to share?
Sure. So there are a lot, and I think we'll start off this conversation by saying that we have a 91% success rate right now. So historically, our program's done really well. And it's 91% of our young people that engage with us during Summer of Success are completing YES class and completing all 6 weeks of their internship. So that's huge. It's a really good success rate, I think. And as far as individual stories, one thing that comes to mind, and we didn't even talk about this when we were kind of preparing for our interview, but we had some young men who weren't really sure what they wanted to do. I believe this was 2017, Summer of Success. And so we kind of talked to them. They like working with their hands, weren't sure about college. And we said, okay. So we decided that a great fit for them would be maybe the mechanics department for the school buses at Facilities and Maintenance. And, at first they were like, well, that's dirty. It's engines, it's outside, it's hot, it's hard, and we just said, give it a try. And you didn't give us a whole lot of options, so this is what we found for you. Let's try it. And 3 out of the 4 just loved it. They just thought it was like the best thing. So it was really cute for all the complaining they kind of did on the front to show up there to collect timesheets and see them coming out covered in oil and all, because they're really working. I mean, they're really doing things. And this is so cool, Miss Jody, come see. I learned how to change oil, or I can do this. All of the things that I didn't even know how to do. And it was just really awesome to see them, so covered in dirt and so greasy and oily and just having a great time. That was really like a turning point for me. I was like, this is amazing. We've had so many other situations. We had a young man who went through in 2016. We'll call him TJ. He came back to us in 2017, and it happened to be a day that we were doing face-to-face interviews at Westwood High School, and we were a little short-staffed that day and a little bit stressed, and he was there in his bow tie with his resume ready to interview, and he just put his resume down and said, look, Miss Jody, it looks like you guys really could need some help today. Why don't you let me organize everybody and get all the students ready, and then I'll make sure you guys get what you need. He was fantastic. I mean, he had all my staff doing exactly what they needed to do, and everyone got interviewed, and he turned what could have been a very stressful situation into a very calm situation. Of course, we brought him back in 2017, and we stayed engaged with him. Sometimes you just build a relationship with a young person that you just can't let go of, and so we stayed in contact with him, and he ended up working at Boys and Girls Club during the summer as his internship site, and stayed engaged with Boys and Girls Club, and was nominated for their Youth of the Year award last year. Yeah, and I acted as his coach, so that was really fun for me to keep going. So he's doing really well. He's since graduated from Westwood and headed to college in the fall.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And what I also hear is, St. Lucie County is a great place to live, to work, to learn, and to play. And it's so very valuable when we can have our own student graduates coming back to fulfill some of the roles that our community needs. And that's exactly what you're telling me is taking place. Also, this program offers opportunities for students, tell me if I'm correct, 16 to 21? What is the age?
Yes, 16 to 21.
So students can repeat this year after year if they're
Yes.
successful.
Yes, absolutely.
That is something that is very valuable, especially if they're looking for some opportunities to earn and learn along the way.
The only requirements for the program are that the young person has to reside in St. Lucie County, and they must be between the ages of 16 and 21. Other than that, it's a very open program. It's taxpayer funded and funded by agencies that want to serve all of St. Lucie County. So we're very open in our enrollment process. The main considerations are that the application is done correctly, and that the youth commit to the face-to-face interview as well as the orientations that we schedule.
Okay, and so we're looking at students developing their skills, and we're also looking at students to be our future leaders, because these are going to be the doers, the movers, and the shakers of tomorrow. And your YES component has leadership training, I'm assuming.
It does.
Okay.
It does, and really, we touch on leadership and what it means and kind of the broad view of leadership, but really where that leadership opportunity comes in for the youth is in their work site. So when we're talking to our potential work site supervisors and internship sites, we talk to them a little bit about trying to identify the skill set and the strengths in their youth and then capitalizing on that during their internship. And so a lot of times you'll see youth that go into a work site not really sure about how they're going to do and having a lot of anxiety, and then the employer presents them with an opportunity to take the lead on a small project or a large project, and that youth just absolutely blossoms and is able to do more than what they even thought they were capable of. So that leadership is really, the leadership component is really individualized at that work site.
And how do you see the employment opportunities growing? Is it word of mouth? Do you have repeat people year after year after year?
It's popular. It's a popular program. We always have a ton of employers that want to participate, so we're definitely growing in that respect. And you know, sometimes it's difficult because we may not have a youth that wants to do a certain job or a certain or be in a certain industry, and so sometimes employers don't get the youth that they're asking for. But it's a wonderful opportunity, and the employers usually enjoy it for the most part.
And Cindy, do you see that response coming back quickly when you send out your call for interested people?
Oh, yes. The response both from the employer and from the students. I mean, we start getting telephone calls probably January asking if we're going to be offering the program this year, and when's the information going to be out, and we start fielding those calls right after the first of the year. And I mean, like I said, we started the program off with, you know, where we interviewed 30 kids, and now we're interviewing up to what, 200? So it's all strictly word of mouth from the students.
Well, we will definitely be posting this on our social media sites and our homepage, so that if anyone in our viewing audience is interested, they can certainly check out www.stlucieschools.org under the announcements section. And also our Facebook and Twitter accounts will have information about this program as well. We want to get the word out. We want to continue to see it growing and flourishing, and of course, in turn, providing a wonderful service back to our community. We've talked a lot about the Summer of Success program, and if someone is interested that is listening and they want to just call you right now, they want to jump on the phone and say, how can I get involved? Is there a number at CareerSource that they can contact someone?
Well, so the program is just kind of getting started right now, so the best way to contact us is definitely through email. It just gives us a way to follow up and make sure that we're handling everything appropriately, and that email address is summerofsuccess@careersourcerc.com. For our phone number is 866-482-4473, and anyone who answers the phone at CareerSource should be able to provide some information, especially on the application process.
Okay, and I'm sure that if they go to their guidance counselor in our high schools, they would have the information as well.
Yes.
Send
Yeah,
that
there are
information
flyers
out.
and posters at the schools as we speak.
Okay, all right. Well, this is definitely a tremendous opportunity. We are getting ready to close. Is there any last minute or vitally important information that you would like to share with our viewers at home?
I think I'd like to thank the county and Allegheny Franciscan Ministries for the opportunity to provide this for St. Lucie County Public School students, and I'm excited for the summer.
And we again are excited to offer the program to our students, and to once again be working with Career Resource. It's a wonderful partnership that we have with them, and it has definitely shown its success.
Awesome. Well, we'll be following some of the students throughout the summer and sharing their successes on our social media post as well. It is a grand opportunity, and I thank you both for taking the time to be here with us today and share this information with those at home. It is something that we look forward to each year. I hope this is yet another year of success.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm Carrie Patrick, and this is WLX TV. On behalf of the station's team, I would like to thank you for joining us today. That's all for this show, but we invite you to follow us, like us, and watch us on our social media outlets. And as always, keep your eye on St. Lucie.